We are happy to introduce our new colleague here on SUNUP with the Mesonet weather system, and it's Erin Long, who's the agricultural coordinator, the new agricultural coordinator for Mesonet. Erin, welcome to SUNUP, your first appearance. Let's just kind of start off by telling our viewers a little bit about your background and what you'll be doing in your job.
Sure thing, I'm happy to do it. So educationally, I went to Oklahoma State for both my undergraduate and my master's degree. I was in the Department of Ag Ed, Communications and Leadership, and so with this role I get the chance to get out and about in the state and teach people about something really interesting that impacts all of us in Oklahoma, the weather. And so I'm really looking forward to that. Kind of where I got interested in the Mesonet was I worked in the green industry for a few years out of college. I was actually OSU's campus landscape irrigation manager. And whenever you work in that industry, you become best friends with the Mesonet. And so as I worked through graduate school, I didn't have any idea that this position would be open, but I'm glad that it did because I'm a longtime Mesonet user and I'm excited to share it with others.
Great. Well, we're certainly happy to have you, and you're just getting started these last couple of weeks, but you have already been visiting with producers, and you'll be mapping out your programming and your schedule.
Yes, that's very true. Something that I think is important is that I get out and about throughout the state to understand kind of the different local challenges that everybody else is facing, because anybody that's from Oklahoma knows the panhandle's a little bit different than green country, and they're all experiencing different weather and kind of different needs. And so I want to make sure that as I'm trying to develop different education materials and outreach, that I get all the perspectives and make sure that we're delivering something valuable to our producers.
And of course, doing the segment on SUNUP, which is pretty popular, and there's plenty to talk about, more than we could ever fit in week to week. But you work closely with Gary McManus, the state climatologist, and the National Weather Center too. That's where the headquarters of Mesonet is.
Yes, that's correct. So I have some big shoes to fill. I know Gary's been holding down the fort for the last several months and doing an excellent job, but I think he'll be happy to share a bit of that airtime with me. And you're absolutely right. We are headquartered at the National Weather Center, so my job is also pretty interesting, where I get to split time between the two campuses. My main office is here on the Stillwater OSU campus in Agricultural Hall, but I also have an office down in the National Weather Center in Norman, and I go there at least a couple times a week to check in and really interface with all the meteorologists on staff there. And it's been an awesome learning experience for me, because it's one thing to use the Mesonet tools, it's another thing to learn all of that meteorology behind it. But it's been a really great opportunity to grow, and they're just a fantastic team. It's been awesome working with them so far.
So you're kind of mapping all this out. Mesonet, the piece that we see and talk to you about, but it's also a statewide extension and outreach program really designed for all ages.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. So for me, again, having that agricultural education background, I have a bit of a soft spot in my heart for our 4-H and FFA programs. And if I ever get an opportunity to help out and bring some weather-related activities down at that level, I would absolutely love to. And so I have some feelers out to see how I can help do that. But it's a statewide program, and I think that's one of the best things about the extension, is that we're able to cover such a wide area and try to bring value to folks all across the state, rather than have it be centralized just here on campus.
If someone's new to accessing the Mesonet tools and they work in agriculture in Oklahoma, where do you think the two or three they should put their attention to or kind of start with?
Sure, it kind of depends on your operation, right? I think the number one most applicable is probably going to be our drift risk advisor, because so many people, from a homeowner applying some herbicide or different pesticides on their lawn, all the way to the largest applicators that are using aerial applications, everybody's spraying some form of chemical at some point throughout the year. And the drift risk advisor lets you know when the weather conditions are right to avoid letting that application go off target, because the last thing you want to do is, if you're a homeowner, let it drift into your neighbor's flower bed. But if you're a producer, that's your money that you're spending on that chemical. And so if you're going to invest on a treatment, you want it to land right where you need it. And the drift risk advisor helps with that.
Okay, great. Well, we look forward to working with you starting now, and all the things that you'll be teaching us and helping our viewers with. So, Erin, best wishes as you get everything going, and we'll see you again very soon.